Nux vomica, the common name is poison nut and it belongs to Loganaceae family. Nux vomica is the biggest polycrest homeopathic remedy which is very frequently used in our day-to-day practice. So please carefully understand the entire drug picture of Nux vomica. Before going to the drug picture of Nux vomica, please try to understand the entire constitution of Nux vomica adapted for the modern stressful lifestyle. The typical Nux vomica patient is rather thin, spare, quick, active, nervous and irritable. He does good things of mental labor. He is quite capable of handling the mental stress. This is found in prolonged office work or overstudying and very close application to the business with lot of care and anxieties. This indoor lifestyle leads to the sedentary lifestyle, because of which he gets longing for coffee, the various stimulants, wine, probably the excess of wine or liquors, alcohol. And to get control over this excitement, again and again, repeatedly, he is getting desire to have alcohol or wines and tobacco also. From these stimulants, actually he wants to calm down his excitement and gets the sedative effect of them, but which happens exactly opposite. Like in the organon, there is action and reaction. As soon as he gets the alcohol, he becomes calm and quiet, but as soon as there is a withdrawal of alcohol, he again becomes very much restless, which gets him to the situation of hangover, and by which again he on the next day he goes for alcohol or stimulants and excessive coffee, tobacco, smoking, etc. He is fond of some sedative drugs also like opium. Nux vomica person preferably likes a very rich food and stimulating diet. Rather, you can say that Nux vomica is very much fond of wine, woman and wealth. Night watching, either watching TV or doing work on laptops or else doing long night parties. Nux vomica is fond of all these things, and by doing these parties and consuming lot of alcohol, on the next day his head feels heavy and he becomes more irritable. Nux vomica is preeminently a male remedy. Nux vomica persons, they are fond of taking lot of medicines, especially the liver pills. Now we'll go system wise. Elements from bad effects of coffee, tobacco, wine, alcohol, various stimulants, highly spiced food or very much seasoned food, overeating, long continued mental exertion, sedentary habits and loss of sleep, working in air conditioned rooms in warm weather, mind ardent character, irritable and impatient temperament, disposed to anger, spite, there is anxiety and irritability, out of which he wants to commit suicide, but Nux is very much afraid to die. Hypochondriac, literary studious persons who are too much at home or in the offices. Lack of exercise leading to gastric and abdominal complaints. Generalities, oversensitive to external impressions like noise, odor, light or music. Even the trifle elements make him unbearable. Every harmless word offends. Persons who are very particular and very careful, but because of which they get excited and can lead to the anger. Convulsions with consciousness, aggravated by anger, touch, emotions, and moving. Pains are tingling, sticking, hard, aching, and worse from motion or touch. Tendency to faint from odors in the morning, after eating, and after every labor pain. He is very sleepy in the evening time, either by watching television or while reading. He feels very much sleepy, but he is quite awake in the early morning or midnight, preferably in 3 to 4 a.m., and then again fall into dreamy sleep. And then when in the morning he gets up, he feels very much weak and tired. He must be covered at any stage of fever or chill. He is afraid of cold, respiratory system, catarrh and snuffles of infants. Coryza, dry at night and fluent in the daytime, aggravated in the warm room and better in cold air. Stomach and abdomen, irritations, sour and bitter, terrific nausea and vomiting in the morning with depression of spirit after eating. Nausea constant after eating. In morning from smoking, and feels as if I could vomit, I will feel much better. There is pressure in the stomach 1 or 2 hours after eating, as from stone lying in the stomach. Pyrosis and tightness of clothing. That is why he feel that he must lose his clothes. He cannot use his mind 2 to 3 hours after eating. He feels very much drowsy after lunch or dinner. He feels very much sleepy and uncomfortable. This is dysglycemia, where if a diabetic patient, he is having poor levels of sugar before meals and after meals, if they shoots up about 250, these patients, these persons feel very much drowsy and sleepy, where they cannot apply their mind on any kind of business or work. This condition or this kind of pre-diabetic symptoms or diabetic symptoms appear because of overexcitement, because of brandy, from anxiety, from coffee, from various drugs, and having a very lavish, high quality lifestyle. Constipation with frequent unsuccessful desire, passes very small quantity of stool every time, and there is always a feeling of dissatisfaction. Frequent desire for stool, he is very much anxious because of it and feels better for some time after passing stool, in the morning and after getting up from the bed. This is typically the entire thing is corresponding with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Nux vomica is a very great drug for irritable bowel syndrome people, those who are having sedentary lifestyle. Alternate diarrhea and constipation, what we see in sulfur and fratermal, especially in the persons who have taken lot of purgatives to relieve constipation. Nux vomica is a great remedy for strangulated hernia, especially umbilical hernia. Female reproductive system, menses, they are too early and too profuse, last too long is menorrhagia, or keeping for several days, with complaints at onset of menses and remaining after menses. Menses after every 2 weeks. Irregular and never at right time is nux vomica. Labor pains, they are violent and spasmodic. Causes urging to pass urine and stool. Aggravated in the back and they prefer warm room. Fever, great heat, the whole body is becoming hot, rather burning hot. Face red and hot, and yet in this phase, patient prefers covering. It's nux vomica. Back, there is backache. Must sit up or just turn in the bed. Lumbago from sexual weakness. Lumbago is pain in lumbosacral spine and lumbago from masturbation. Aggravation, morning, getting up at 4 a.m. Mental exertion, eating and overeating. Touch, noise, odors, spices, narcotics, dry weather and cold air. Amelioration, evening, while at rest, lying down and in damp, wet weather. Please study the whole drug picture of nux vomica and keep watching Homeopathy in 2 minutes for students. Thank you.